We're in the end game now. Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Ren and I make videos a couple of times a week about books and pop culture. And today we are delving into everything we currently know about the upcoming Shadowhunter books. If you hear any noises in the background, my little puppy is sleeping down there in her bed, so she might get up and wander around. I can't pick her up currently. But yes, we are going to discuss everything we currently know about the upcoming Shadowhunters books. So I've actually been talking about Shadowhunters a lot recently with a friend of mine, because we were talking about how I started reading Shadowhunters when I was the Shadowhunter Chronicles when I was 17. These books are going to finish when I'm like in my mid-30s. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the next book we are getting as part of the Shadowhunter series is Better in Black, which is coming out spring of 2025. This is a book that there was a whole Kickstarter for, and now it's going to be coming out. It is 10 short stories with 10 different couples in the Shadowhunter series, set across the time as well. It's not just set at one specific time. So it's Will and Tessa, James and Cordelia, Simon and Isabel, Clary and Jace, Anna and Ari, Sebastian and the Seelie Queen. Very interested in that one because obviously with how Queen of Air and Darkness ended, I'm very intrigued as to how that's going to go down and at what period of time it's Sebastian and the Seelie Queen. That's what is interesting to me. And then Thomas and Alistair, Mark, Kieran and Christina, and Luke and Jocelyn. So this is going to be another bind up like Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy and the Bane Chronicles, but this is documenting 10 different pairings across different times, and I believe that it will do what the other books originally, like the other binds ups do, and they will tie in with the next series, which is the Wicked Powers. So this makes sense that this is coming out before the Wicked Powers, so that we have these short stories with the little kind of Easter eggs and the little tie-ins to the next big series. Every series has their own tie-in, and I think it's really good. It's a really good way to add a little bit more detail to the stories without like that you couldn't add in the book, because the books are chunky. It makes sense to me to do these bind up, and I love them. I love having them. I think they're really fun. The stories are always fun. Some of my favourite moments from the Shadowhunter world came from the bind ups, so I'm really excited for that. And that, yeah, like I said, is spring 2025. Not actually that long, to be fair. We are more than halfway through 2024, which is terrifying. Then we also have what is supposed to come out, which is the Black Volume of the Dead, which is the third and final book in the Eldest Curses series. The first two books are out, but there's been a little bit of a delay on the Black Volume of the Dead. It's all still going ahead, but this is originally supposed to come out like before the Wicked Powers, so I don't know if it's going to be a next year thing or if it's going to tie in with the Wicked Powers and then will come out as the Wicked Powers are being released, like after book one. Editing me here, I'm having some time out of my sling while I edit this video. I just wanted to add that I'd made this video and hadn't edited it yet, and Cassie did I think it was a convention and mentioned that the third book in the Eldest Curses is coming out, but it can't come out until the Wicked Powers is out. Everyone online that's scaring me about something involving Magnus and Alex's death, please stop scaring me, because they're not going to die, because they're going to live happily ever after. It's very interesting, and I think that means that something has changed in what is in the content of the Eldest Curses and how that's going to tie in. So I'm very intrigued now, because it's obviously a very, very, very big tie-in. And as usual, she has me on edge. I don't think I've ever lived a day of peace since I discovered Cassie Keller's story. I really, really love the Eldest Curses. The second Eldest Curses book is like one of my favourite Shadowhunter books. So I really, really want the third one. The Magnus and Alex series, it's their journey at different points in their life. I love how it time skips. I love that we get to see them in like more just them, concentrated Magnus and Alec. Always are and always will be my favourite couple. They are. Magnus was like the first bisexual character I ever read about, and like teenage me reading about Alec coming out was huge, because the books before then I just didn't really have that kind of representation, and it was such a huge thing for me at the time with being Magnus and Alec. And then obviously things have grown since, and more characters are, you know, it's very, very diverse cast of characters, so they always will have such a special place in my heart. So I'm hoping for the Black Volume of the Dead to come out, because I want to finish the series and I love it. Then let's get on to the Wicked Powers. We have the titles. They were released at the end of last year. We've got The Last King of Fairy, which is book 1. Book 2 is The Last Prince of Hell. And book 3 is The Last Shadowhunter. Terrifying title. Makes sense to be the title for the final book. Terrifying though, because I don't know what that's going to be. Are things going to be destroyed? Is there literally going to be no more Shadowhunters created? I think I'm going to do a whole video on my theories for the Wicked Powers and talk about like what I think is going to happen, sit down, plan them all out, write them all down. I also kind of want to do a full series reread, but I'll have to see how possible that is. But yeah, The Last King of Fairy, the first book in the series, that is set to come out spring 2026. Is all the information we have currently. Cassie's still writing them. She's also working on her other series, so obviously things are taking time. She's writing pretty chunky books. It's been a while since Queen of Air and Darkness. I think that's why Better in Black coming out is so good, because it will be that bridge, because it has been such a long time. So I think having that bridge will be really good. I think if we'd gone from nothing aside from the Elder's Curses to, it would have been quite jarring. I also think The Last King of Fairy is going to be Sebastian and the Sealer Queen's child. That is my theory for that. The last of everything is very much stressing me out. But yeah, we're going to do some theories and we're going to discuss. That is all the news that we currently have for the Shadowhunter Chronicles. It is genuinely crazy to me that it is coming to such an end. This has been so much of my life. This series has taken up so much of my life. It's shaped my life, it's changed my life, it's impacted my life. It's done so much for me, and I will always hold these characters so dear in my heart. So the fact that it is actually officially coming to an end and we are in the end game now is kind of crazy. I've always kind of just existed, you know, since I read that first book, I've always kind of just existed in this bubble of like, but there will be more Shadowhunter books. So the thought that something can last this long of my life, that this can be like almost 2 decades of my life, and then it's going to come to an end, is genuinely quite, that's insane to me. And like, I'm so excited to see the other things that Cassie does. She writes so well, she tells stories so well, her books are so rooted in like different legend and folklore, and there's so much research and they're amazing. So I'm excited to see what else she does. But the thought of Shadowhunters just ending and then not being something else is just, it just gets me. I have had a bit of a cry about it, because there's been lots of people talking about it on Twitter, and I'm like, no, we've got a good few years until it officially finishes. That is everything we know so far about the upcoming Shadowhunters books. Let me know if you want me to do an updated reading order. I haven't done one in a while. Might be a good thing to do if you're also like me and planning on doing a reread. What are you most looking forward to with the upcoming Shadowhunters releases? Which ones? We'll talk about theories in my theory video, but let me know which ones you're most excited for and which ones absolutely terrify you. Let's talk all things Shadowhunters, because we haven't done that in a while and I've missed doing it. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you're new here, then I make videos a couple of times a week about books and pop culture. So if you want to stick around and join us, feel free to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. And as usual, all the links to my other social medias and my bookish podcast will be in the description as well. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing really well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.